Man, welcome back to another episode of 123 Cabo, the Las Vegas Raiders edition. Man, it's your boy Zeke, aka Fat Boy Season, man. Very special guest in the building. Hey, go ahead and let the people know who you are.
Hey man, I'm RJ, aka Coach Canty. You know what I'm saying? A founding member of the Las Vegas Raiders. You know what I'm saying? Formerly known as the Oakland Raiders. I am a diehard fan, and I am mad about how they did my quarterback. Like we gonna get that out the way. I don't support them of how they doing my quarterback. Josh McDaniels need to go. It showed that when he was with the Denver Broncos and when he came to the Raiders that he's not fit to be a head coach. He does not know how to regulate a team.
That's facts.
So
That's facts. And it's funny. I watched, played back the episode from last year, and you basically had some of the same concerns. So I guess like you said, man, the obvious thing. Towards the end of the season, they benched Derek Carr, started Jared Stidham. Basically, it was the beginning of the parting of ways uh, between the two. So, I guess, what do you think is going to be your future at the quarterback position?
man, man, I don't know. I don't know if they trying to tank and get one of these quarterbacks coming out in the next 2 years. But right now, Derek Carr is not the problem. It's the offense. It's too complex. It's not New England, bro. Like you can't do what you did in New England and to think that you're gonna carry that over to another team. Like even though Devontae Adams, you got to move him around. But look at our offense. We got Devontae Adams, Darren Waller, Hunter Renfro, and Josh Jacobs in the backfield. Now you got your O line who is hurt on and off all season.
Mm-hmm.
That you know what I'm saying, when they get healthy, we'll be fine as an offense. But defensively, we went and got Rocky Sin, who is a cover two, cover three corner. You know what I'm saying? And whoever else we got on the other side, we let Jonathan Abram go for a bag of fucking peanuts. Excuse my language. And then we got Denzel Perryman and our other inside linebacker who are run stoppers.
Mm-hmm.
We got to get guys who are versatile at the second level to be able to cover the run and cover the pass. But our secondary needs to be reworked. That's why we got killed. Like our D line, they moved Cleveland Farrell inside, and that helped them
Mm-hmm.
with Max Crosby and Chandler Jones. Come on, man. Our offense is good, but our defense, think about the second level and the third level. Come on, man. Josh McDaniels is killing us. And he's trying to bring the Patriot way into Las Vegas. And we in Las Vegas. Come on, man. Let's be honest. Them boys going to gamble and get drunk. They ain't worried
It's a
about
lot
they
of
ain't
it's a lot more to do in Vegas than it is in Boston.
in Boston and in Oakland. Like, come on, man. Like, you got to put a team together and structure a team who's going to be mentally focused on winning games and who can play what you want to play. You can't play man to man with excuse my language. I'm sorry. I ain't mean to curse. But you can't play man to man with zone corners. Rocky Sin is a
Thanks.
cover two, cover three corner, like I said. He can't play man to man every down. And
No.
that's what Josh McDaniels is trying to do. You're trying to bring him the Patriots defense over to us, and he's not a man to man corner. He's a guy who's tall and who's long strides. Put him in zone. That's where he gonna thrive. And I think if we would have waited for Stephon Gilmore and Tyron Matthew, I would have been happy. But we got to get some guys in the secondary, man. Like Denzel Perryman, they don't hurt us as much on third down, but we need to rework the secondary. That's me. And we don't need to change the quarterback because our quarterback, since he's been in the league, he done threw for 3,500 to 4,200 yards a year. His
Mm-hmm.
interception ratio was high because we got Devontae Adams. Think about that. You got the number who I think is the number one receiver in the league.
Fair enough.
Point blank,
Yeah.
period. You know what I'm saying? He gonna get open. He's gonna get routes. He needs his targets. And then you got to think Darren Waller been down, Hunter Winfro been down for a majority for 85% of the season. Them two been out. So you got to
Mm-hmm.
get your number one guy his catches. his touchdown to interception ratio is like that because he's forcing the ball to Devontae Adams. We trying to make plays. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. He's going to go to a team, whether it be Houston, Pittsburgh. I think he's going to go to Indianapolis and take them to the playoffs. Point blank period.
Hmm.
Because I think that's an immediate need at quarterback. And they got good young receivers, and they got more than one that can get open. He's going to go somewhere where somebody's going to use his attributes to his full potential, and it's going to get crazy. But we taking a step back because Josh McDaniels is going to look for a young quarterback that's not proven and not he's not going to be able to grasp the concept of that complex offense. Now,
Okay, so
if we talk Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers out of retirement, we good for another 2 years, but we still need a young guy.
okay, which way would you lean toward addressing that need? Because I got the seventh pick, which means either if you sit at seven, you'll probably be getting like a Will Levis or the guy from Florida, or
Defense,
do you want
defense,
to, or do you want to
defense,
go get one of these older guys, like you mentioned, the Aaron Rodgers, to play quarterback?
defense, man. We need to work on defense because Jason, what is his name? Jason Statham. I don't want to get it wrong. I don't want to
Still,
mispronounce it.
still.
He can he can hold it in the road for right now, but
Mhm.
we need defense. We need corners. We need safeties. We have the first two levels, you know what I'm saying, pretty much okay. We need linebackers who can cover on third down. You know what I'm saying? But we need a secondary. Our secondary is weak. Our offensive line is two players away from being good. You know what I'm saying? We need two guards. We got two or three people who can play right tackle, but I think we need two legitimate guards. But we need to fix defense first because defense wins championships, man. And I played center, you know that. But defense wins championships, offense sell tickets. If we want to compete, we got the offensive guys, and we only need 2 to 3 seconds to throw the ball because Devontae Adams is gonna be open, Darren Waller and Hunter Renfro. They all coming back. They all under contract.
Mhm.
You're gonna double Devontae, then you're gonna slide everything else to Darren Waller. Hunter Renfro gonna be able to maybe have a Cooper Cup year coming up next year. Who knows? But if you take all your attention and put it on Devontae and don't think about Darren Waller and Hunter Renfro, they're gonna get off. We need to focus on defense. And we need to pay Josh Jacobs. He proved it. I don't know if he finished in the top two in the league in rushing yards and everything else. Pay that man.
Do you
Y'all,
feel
y'all put
like
him on the prove it.
I was gonna say, do you feel like if with all the offensive talent that you guys have, that running it back with a Jarrett Stidham wouldn't be a waste of a year?
No, I think it would be, but I would say he's not as talented as Derek Carr, but he's been in the system since he came
Mhm.
into the league. So he'll
Yeah,
be
yeah,
able to, he would be like a San Francisco quarterback. Long as he don't turn it over and don't hurt us, we can win games. And we can rely on our defense then. You know what I'm saying? Like San
gotcha.
Francisco defense plays as fast as I've seen anybody play in the NFL.
Man,
You know what I'm
until
saying?
they play Philly.
The but Philly, but you offensive lineman just like I am. Philly's offensive line is top tier.
Oh, yeah.
If you see
Yeah, number one,
when
for
they
sure.
get 40, listen, 40 in, when you see them work inside zone together or when they go outside zone and they pulling and everybody working together, that's poetry in motion. You
Oh,
know what I'm
yeah, yeah.
saying? So
Right.
my whole thing is if you can get an offense like that, you're good. But if we get Jason Stidham, I think I'm pronouncing his name right. I don't want to pronounce it wrong.
You keep
He
saying
just don't
it's
have to turn it.
Jarrett.
Jared,
Yeah, it's
Jared
Jarrett.
Stidham.
Yeah. Stidham. Yeah, there
All
you
right, with Jared. I
go.
want Derek Carr. I'm just gonna tell you. Long as he don't turn the ball over, bro, we'll be
Hmm.
all right. Say hey, baby. say, hey, you know what I'm saying? He got to be like a Brock Purdy or a Jimmy Garoppolo or a Trey Lance. San Francisco makes it to the NFC Championship every year because they have a quarterback that doesn't put them in a bad position. He
Right.
always is. His touchdown to interception ratio is very low. Now they're not going to throw for many yards, but they'll
Mm.
rush for a lot of yards, and their defense is going to win most of the games.
Yeah.
That's why when people was like, "Oh, Jimmy Garoppolo, oh, we don't want him at quarterback," why not? He doesn't turn the ball over. Do he have a big arm? No. You know what I'm saying? Can he throw it down the field? Yes, but he doesn't put the
Yeah.
team in that situation to where they have to, you know what I'm saying, battle the field position. You know what I'm saying? To where he always put the defense in a bad spot. He's
Right.
always going to put the ball in the right spot and let the offense go, and they can kick field goals and they can play defense. That's the type of quarterback we need, but we got to build that defense for it. We got the front four because you got Chandler Jones, you got Max Crosby, you got Cleveland Farrell.
Mm.
We need another guy who could play the nose or the three technique, and
Mm-hmm.
then we need our whole secondary need to be revamped. Because if we're gonna play zone, play zone. If we're gonna play man, get rid of those guys who are zone man, who are
Need some
zone
corners.
players, and get people who can play man. Yeah. Oh, we definitely
Yeah.
need corners.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
That's all.
speaking
I mean,
of
I'm frustrated though.
speaking of the
I need a
defense,
drink. I'm
man.
frustrated.
Hey, clearly. Chandler, you spoke about Chandler Jones, man. It seemed like he had kind of a down year this year. I know he had like a couple of splash games. Obviously, the stiff arm heard around the world against Mac Jones. But it seemed like he kind of had a down year. He's 32. Do you think he trending down, or it just was kind of like
Man,
just how the
I'm gonna
season?
put it like this. I'm gonna put it like this. In football terms, when people get past 30, everybody say it's a down year. But you
Right,
can only get as good as your coaches allow you to get. You know what I'm saying? They have to put you in good positions. And for all y'all who don't know, for my profession, I coach football. You have to put your players in good positions. You know what I'm saying? He's not
mm,
one that, you know what I'm saying? He's going to go do what he does, but you have to make the right play calls. It's football, it's chess, it's not checkers, bro. Like you have to put your best players in good positions. We were not in a lot of good positions this year because of the play calling and because of how we played our players. We were bad about that. You know what I'm
right,
saying? And I watched the games. Y'all ain't gonna tell me we didn't put our players in good positions. We didn't. Even on offense, we didn't put our players in good positions with games we should have won that was close. So I don't care what anybody says. He's going to be fine because he's older. He knows how to work it. And at any point in time, he's going to have a 4 to 5 sack game. You know what
facts,
I'm saying?
facts.
And you know what I'm saying? And he's going to be that he's complimented for Max Crosby on the other side. So if you're trying to double Chandler Jones, Max Crosby is going to have a heck of a game. And that's what they did most of the year. They tried to double Chandler Jones and freed up Max Crosby. That's why he's a Pro Bowler. Let's just keep it real and put it out front. If they didn't double and triple team Chandler Jones, both of them would have been Pro Bowlers. I mean, you could say what you want to say, but I'm telling you, that man is a freak of nature and he take care of himself. So he's going to be fine next year. If we got secondary help to where we can get those coverage sacks, you know what I'm saying? We'll be fine. But we can't get the coverage sacks because our DBs, eye discipline, and whatever it is, when people break outside the pocket, they let it go. So our two top-notch defensive ends can't get to it. They can't get to the ball. But if you move Cleveland Farrell into a three technique and get us a good nose, a good shade, those three on a pass down, come on, man. Who gonna be able to stop them? But we don't think like that though. We trying to our head coach is trying to handle it the Patriot way. You
That's
not
what
Bill
it is,
Belichick,
man.
man. You not Bill Belichick. Let that go. All of his, if you look at his coaching tree, man, come on. Joe Judge, uh was
Crystal.
Matt Patricia. They
Yep,
back in New
Matt
England
Patricia.
because they got fired.
Yeah, it's been yeah. I think the only success that this coaching tree really had has been Dayball, this past year, and then Flores had a little bit of success, but he had all this other stuff going on.
Yeah, but the reason they had success, if you listen to it and you listen to other podcasts, I don't listen to the radio no more. I listen to athletes. Coaches are now listening to the players and implementing what the players are telling them now. You know what I'm saying? Bill Belichick don't care about that. But all the other coaches from under Bill Belichick's tree who listen and have success, they listen to the players and tell them what worked and what didn't work. Josh McDaniels is he not listening to our players, man.
Nah.
He not gonna listen to them tell him what works and what don't work because he been to Denver, had had some success but didn't have a lot. But now he like I got it.
Yeah, even former players in Denver, like DJ Williams, he was on I Am Athlete. He was like, bro, he's like, we started like 6-0, 8-0, something like that, and
Uh huh.
Josh McDaniels got caught cheating. He was like, bro, we were cheating, man. Because like after they stopped cheating or filming practices or whatever, he's like, bro, I don't think we won, but like one more game the rest of the season. He's like, you don't know what he's doing. Like he really just out
Right.
there, he get the name value because he's like, hey man, I played with I coached under Bill Belichick. So yeah, I've never been a believer of Josh McDaniels. I'd rather y'all brought but what is it, Rick Bisaccia back? It's a lot of ways y'all couldn't win it. But it is what it is, man. Y'all got some free agents coming up. I'm gonna throw out some names. You let me know who y'all should keep. Cleveland Farrell, Anthony Averett, Brandon Parker, Denzel Perryman, Josh Jacobs, obviously, Jerry Tillery, Matt Hollins, who had a pretty good year, Rocky Sin, um, Jakob Johnson, Keelan Cole, Deron Harmon at safety, Jayon Brown, Amir Abdullah, and then probably the main ones. Who y'all
I'm gonna
need to
say
bring
this.
back?
Brandon Parker been hurt, but that's my guy. And I'm a little biased towards that because I played with him in college. I coached him. That's my guy. And he is going to be a great asset to us. So I say keep him. Of course, Josh Jacobs, keep him. Rocky Sin, if we're gonna be a zone team, Tampa two, cover three team, keep
Mm-hmm.
him because he's that guy. Denzel Perryman, he is a first and second down guy. I would say if he can learn how to cover, and I ain't saying he got to be a great cover guy, just drop to the middle of the field type of guy, hook curl type guy,
Yeah.
keep him. But he's led our team in tackles the past couple of years. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? If he hasn't been injured. But those guys, keep them. Everybody else is expendable simply because, you know what I'm saying? We haven't figured out what we want to do defensive wise. But Brandon, he's been there. That guy, I'm gonna be a little biased. I know what he can do and I know how he works because that's my brother. I talk to him outside of football. I check on him. It's more about life and about, you know what I'm saying, how he's doing. But I know he's
Yeah.
gonna put in that work because I helped him get that mindset there. You know what I'm saying? I was
Mm-hmm.
an older guy, he was a younger guy coming in when I was in college. He knows how to work. And he has a different type of motive. So I want, you know what I'm saying, keep him because he's a good
Yeah.
swing guy. Now he's learned how to gain weight, keep weight on his body. He can swing from tackle to guard. So keep him. Rocky saying if we're gonna play a zone defense, definitely keep him. He's a like I said, he's a cover two, Tampa two. cover three guy. He's long, he can run in the zone, and he can anything in front of him, he can protect. Denzel Perryman, he's a run stopping linebacker. But if he can learn how to cover just like I said, the middle of the field, hook the curl, keep him. But he's helped us in the run. He's averaged probably 106 tackles since he's got to our team. And if he didn't get hurt this year, he'd have been a Pro Bowler again. He'd have led our team in tackles and been a Pro Bowler again. Keep him. Everybody else is expendable. Go get some guys who can fit the defense that we're trying to run. Don't mix it up between man and zone. Figure out what we're gonna do as a defense and let's go.
Thanks. We mentioned Josh Jacobs. Do you think because they didn't pick up the fifth year option that there's a potential that his asking price might be too high based on him leading the league in rushing and
No,
some of the no
it's all Josh McDaniels. He's looking at it as the Patriot way. New England never played a running back. Let's be
ever
honest, never.
ever.
So they're gonna try to let him walk and go get as much money as he can get. We have a young rookie and what's my man
Yeah,
Zamir White from
yeah,
I'm saying
Georgia.
Scotland County, North Carolina. He
Mm-hmm.
went to Georgia, but he from
Went to
Scotland
Georgia.
County. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put Scotland County out there because I got some teammates who played at Scotland County. So when they watch
Okay.
it, they can is respect. But he's a hard worker. We got him. They'll sign Amir McDougal back because he's a special teams guy and a third down back. But if you look at it, the Patriots had success with multiple backs that they could have backs that run between the tackle and some guys that could be good on third down.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Josh Jacobs showed him he can go and he could do all of it. But I would say
Right.
sign him back. But with the money we have tied in the offense for the
A
next
lot
three
of
to
money.
4 years, we might not be able to pay him. So he's gonna have to walk unless he takes the franchise tag and come back after the franchise tag and get paid. And he ain't gonna want to do it. In which I don't blame him. Go get your money, bro. Go get your money. I feel it. Go get your money elsewhere and get paid. I'm not mad at that because they should have paid him off rip. But think about it on offense. We paid Derek Carr, who we're trying to trade, and we can only trade him if he says he wants to go to that team. He has a no trade clause. That's a $125 million extension. We got Devontae Adams, who's one of the highest paid receivers in the league.
30
Hunter Renfro,
plus.
who is one of the right. Hunter Renfro, who is one of the highest paid slots in the league, and Darren Waller, who's in the top three highest paid tight ends in the league. How can we pay our running back? Tell
Right.
me that. Unless Mark Davis is willing to go over the luxury tax, which he's not going to be, we're going to let him walk for a bag of peanuts, man.
Yeah, because y'all only got about 27 mil in cap space. And like you said, if you give Josh Jacobs what he wants, that's going to be at least like 14, at least something like that. Running back market ain't too crazy, but in the grand scheme of things, it's hard to pay a running back and two receivers and a tight end and a quarterback.
Right.
Yeah, man, that's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough, man. So like you said, man, y'all got the seventh pick in the draft. You said you want to go defense. Any
Yes.
particular position that you want to address? It's a
Corner.
really good defensive line.
Corner.
Okay.
Corner. If we're going to go that high, let's get one of these corners coming out. Let's go corner first. But I would say our first three picks need to be defense. Corner, linebacker, defensive line, however you want to go with it in any order, we need to go strictly defense. Our offense is fine. We could pick up a late quarterback in, what I'm saying, the fifth, sixth, seventh round, but early we need to go defense. We need to get guys who are established and who can come in and play right now. So I would say go get one of these corners first with the seventh pick. Our next picks go linebacker or D line. and then get a late quarterback. Or if we're gonna trade Derek Carr, let's go get a quarterback who fits our system.
That
Oh,
okay. So I think the top corner or one of the top corners is this Cam Smith. I think it's South Carolina. Or is South Carolina 6 foot, solid DB. I haven't seen too much about him, but he's a top corner. I know Ringo from Georgia was one of the top corners as well.
yeah,
So it's some players to be had because Cam Smith, 7th overall prospect. So it's some players out there, man. Um, so we saying defense, and then more defense, and
defense.
then and you mentioned quarterbacks that can play in your system. I know, like you said, Jimmy G is going to be available. He's a free agent. Jacoby Brissett, who had a decent season before Deshaun Watson stepped in, he came from the Patriots. Another guy that you could bring in that could, compete for that starting
But I
job
would
that can kind
say,
of be holdover.
bro, just to be honest, go get Jimmy G. If you're gonna get him at a discounted price, go get him for a couple of years. He knows the system. We got players. He's not a big arm guy. He's not gonna throw it down the field, but he's a guy who's gonna be short yardage to mid. You know what I'm saying? Mid yardage,
Yeah,
throw it and keep us in the game. And he's not gonna turn it over. Go get Jimmy G. Let's play that game. Get him at a discount, and let's fix our defense. They know we need to fix our defense, bro. Like fix our defense and we'll win more games. Because the games that we were in, we lost because of defense.
yeah. Yeah, and that's something I think that they starting to talk about it a little bit more. But when in Derek Carr's starts, I think like the points per game given up by the defense is like 26 for his career, something high. Like it's hard to win a lot of games when your defense has never been good. So
Yeah,
he
I
gets
mean we
some
can.
unauthorized blame there.
Yeah, I mean Derek Carr is not the problem, and you could tell they told him this year because Devontae Adams is paid so much money, force the ball into Devontae. You know what I'm saying? And he forced the ball. Some of the times we came out on top, some of the times we didn't. But he forced the ball a lot, and his touchdown to interception ratio was horrible. But any other time, his touchdown to interception ratio has not been like that. Even with the bottom of the barrel receivers. Like, come on, man. Y'all set my man up to look bad. But like I said, if he goes to any other team, they're a playoff team right now, and
Mm-hmm.
he's gonna make Las Vegas look like a fool for letting him walk. And we're gonna let him walk for probably another bag of peanuts. A couple
Yeah,
second round picks here and there. We're gonna
yeah,
let him walk without
yeah.
getting nothing back. Just like we're about to let
It's gonna be
Josh
hard.
Jacobs walk.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's gonna
bro,
be
is
tough
hey
to get a lot.
a lot of
You
drinking for us fans.
know.
A lot of drinking, brother. A lot of drinking.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be tough to get a lot back, especially when they know you selling. Like and
Yeah.
like I think y'all got like a hard deadline of like next week sometime that y'all really need to get rid of them before like the money kick in.
By February
Like
15th. We got to get
yeah,
rid of him by February 15th, or it's like a $40 million guarantee kicks in or something like
mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. But he gotta agree to it though.
yeah. So you can't just send them to some trash. You gotta actually go to a decent place. But
Right.
luckily, it's a lot of squads that need quarterbacks that are decent situations. You know what I'm saying? Like Tampa needs a quarterback, the Jets need a quarterback. And it's like you said, the Colts ain't the
But I ain't
worst
gonna say, bro,
scenario.
the Jets don't really need a quarterback. Zach Wilson just needs some mentorship. I I see how you looking at me, bro. He needs some mentorship. He has the arm talent. He has everything that you need. The intangibles for a quarterback. He needs to mature, and he needs a legit veteran to come in and be like, "Hey, bro, calm down. Learn football. Like, go watch film. You know what I'm saying? Work on these defenses, that type stuff." he has Joe Flacco, but I don't think Joe Flacco is really like I'm gonna help him because he feel like he can still play. You see what I'm saying?
Nah, I think Flacco was
Like
there
he's
because
not all bad.
Flacco was helping Lamar in Baltimore when he took his job. Like I think with Zach Wilson, it's like with a lot of these
Maturity
guys,
issues.
yeah, for sure. But it's a lot of times you know whether or not these dudes can play. You got talent, but you still like show flashes of the production. It's been very little evidence for him to be like, okay, we got a little something here. Like with that
Hey, look,
coupled
bro.
with the
He can
team not believing
listen,
in him,
bro.
man, you
He
can't
can
hold on
he
to
can
that.
he can play. He can play. New York is a different animal.
It
New
is.
York, LA, New York, LA, and I could say maybe after those two, Georgia. But New York and LA are hell of a places to play. He's had over the course of now he's going into year four. He's had 3 or 4 different head coaches, at least three, and 3 different offensive coordinators. Was it? Or how many different head coaches has he had?
This year too, he had solid both years.
So he has 2 different head coaches and 2 different offensive coordinators.
One coach, one
Oh
head coach.
no, the dude who came to him was from San Francisco, so he had at least 2 different head coaches in 4 years.
He been there two
So
years.
it's a
This is
maturity
this is
issue.
second. This is second
It's a
year.
okay going into his 3rd year.
Yeah,
So it's maturity issues, bro. He need a veteran quarterback who gonna come in and tell him, you know what I'm saying, to mature, settle down, and learn the game. I think he'd be all right if they do that. I don't
I
think
think
it's
he
all
could.
lost with him.
I think he could because
I don't think
man,
it's
with
all lost with him.
last year with the all the comments made and like you seen how the team played with Mike, how the team played with any other quarterback on the roster, Mike White, Joe Flacco, like it's you can tell like the spirits was different when they had other quarterbacks in the game. And like I said, he's talented, but when you talk about New York being a different beast, which it is. So getting a quarterback that went to BYU might not be the best decision to make. You know what I'm saying? That's like, hey man, let's get
But
this
I
guy
say
from the
this:
small
if
town
you,
and bring him
but
to the media capital of the world. Like,
but I say this: if you say that about him, you got to say the same thing about Tua then,
what you
because
mean?
aside of the concussions, he got to produce. This
Mm-hmm.
is what have you done for me lately type of league. Both of them got to produce, bro.
But Tua
Tua in
actually
the
was
same boat.
producing this year though.
We ain't trying to hear it. Did he win?
Yes, he won a lot. He won a lot this year.
Did listen? He won, but did he win the playoff game?
He didn't
Regular
play.
season and playoffs
He
is
didn't
different.
play. He didn't play.
My point exactly.
That's different. If you want to get off of Tua because
I
of the
look, look,
injuries and
look.
stuff, I get it.
You
I
listen.
won't argue that with
You
you.
listen. We are football players, former football players, right? And we sitting here arguing, not even arguing, but talking about our teams. Winning is winning, losing is losing.
Yeah,
Don't nobody care about what happened to you. So if
yeah.
Zach Wilson in that boat, throw Tua in the same boat.
But yeah, so like if they want to upgrade from Tua,
Hey,
I
and
wouldn't
throw
be
your
against
boy
it.
in that boat too.
Who?
Throw your boy in that boat too.
Who?
D Watt. Because D Watt didn't perform like he was supposed to this year.
That man got 230. He ain't going nowhere. So, but like
Listen,
with
he
Tua,
got 230 and ain't going nowhere, but put him in the same
oh
boat
no,
now.
we're gonna get there. We're gonna get
Because
there.
it's a league of what have you done for me lately?
We're gonna get there with Tua. Like I said, if you want to throw him in the boat saying, hey, you need to see more, I get it. But one the things that he's done is when he plays, you got to put that asterisk on there. He wins. And then this year
Right.
he performed and they win and they won. So you can't say that he's not performing. He was putting up numbers. He's
But
healthy.
but
So if
guess
you
what?
want to get off of him,
But
I
guess
get
what?
it. Because if
Nah,
Lamar
guess
Jackson
what?
out there,
Guess what? No. Guess what? If we could
yeah,
throw him in the boat with Lamar, and we could talk about that. Tua hasn't won a playoff game. Because guess what? He's hurt. Lamar Jackson, out of the years he's been in the league, he's won 1 or 2 playoff games. That's why they
uh-huh.
don't want to pay him that Deshaun Watson 230. But I get it.
That's stupid.
Lamar
Um,
Jackson is a unanimous MVP. He deserves the 230.
he do.
If you're gonna pay Deshaun Watson 230, I think you should pay the if you're gonna pay Deshaun Watson 230, Lamar Jackson deserves at least 245 to 260 guaranteed
He do.
because he's an MVP.
He do. I
But
mean, that's the thing. People wouldn't have paid the 230, but that's a different story.
yeah,
But
I
I
mean,
agree. But I
you know what
definitely
I'm saying?
agree
Hey,
with you. The market is
stop,
the market, man.
stop. Yeah, the market is the market,
The
brother.
market is the market. But yeah, I mean, and
But
speaking of Watson, man, he had a rough 6 games, but at the same time, he had more rust than I think we anticipated. I think these first 6 to 8 games this year is gonna tell us a lot. If
man,
he
listen,
still look
I'm
like
gonna say
that,
this.
it's gonna
I'm
be
gonna say this. I'm gonna say this and go on record. I only said that to give you a hard time because you my guy. But let's be honest. Deshaun Watson hasn't played in a year and a half. He's rusty. He hasn't adjusted to the speed of the game. Next year, people better watch out for Cleveland because Deshaun Watson is that guy. Ain't ain't no way around it. He's that guy. He's gonna have a better season next year because he's gonna roll into OTAs, he's gonna roll into the preseason, and he's gonna be better than what he was because he's playing games. He was out what 11, 12 games this year. That's hard for anybody to go back into being out of football for that long and then come in and be like, hey, you got to save our season. Not gonna happen. But with him getting these reps and getting better, you're gonna see the Houston Texans, Deshaun Watson, and he's gonna be able to do it longer because he's had 2 years off football. So I hate to say it and admit it, but you know what I'm saying? Facts is facts.
facts is facts.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah. Watch out,
yeah,
boo.
man, a lot of what you were saying, man, when Watson get back to form, it's gonna be scary because he had some flashes this year, man. Washington, even that cold game versus New Orleans where we had like 3 drop touchdowns that game, man. Like once we have an off season to tailor the offense to what he want to do, and we mess around and he have a full, like you said, a full off season, roll into OTAs, roll into mini camp, training camp, all that stuff, man. It's gonna be a little different this shit, man. We're gonna be all right.
Oh, no doubt. And I mean, like I said, if Mark Davis and Josh McDaniels don't mess our season up, we'll be fine. But I think we need to focus on defense and young quarterbacks to come up and take them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what I think. I mean, but everybody not going to agree with me. But you know, address defense. We got our offense for the next 3 to 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Keep them young and
Oh yeah. Your boy,
and pay our defense for right now.
your boy Devontae Adams out here
My
trolling.
boy, who?
He trolling because
Not to
at
to be honest. I think he's going to find a way out because he only came to Las Vegas because of Derek Carr.
mm-hmm.
I think he's going to find a way out, and that'll be bad for us. But we don't care. But I think he's going to look for a way out.
I feel that. Nah, because what happened was Aaron Rodgers at some tournament, some golf tournament, and they were talking to him, and they was like basically come to Vegas, whatever. He was like, tell Devontae to buy me a house. next to him or something like that. And then Devontae just tweeted. He said, "House shopping is fun." So he out here trolling, kind of playing with it. But
now,
I can see
now
that
if we
move.
get
I don't know
him,
what it takes, but I can see it, man.
now if we get him for the next year or two, we'll be all right.
Mm-hmm.
Like that'll be a good look for the next year or two.
This is true.
That'll be good. So
That's what I'm
I,
saying.
I I could deal with him for the next year or two because he's probably got Aaron Rodgers probably got a good 3 years left. But if he comes to Las Vegas with that offense, because he's never, let's think about it, outside of Devontae Adams, Donald Driver, when he had Jordy Nelson and all those guys when he won the Super Bowl, he's never had that type of offense. He'll
No,
thrive
not
in it.
since them. Yeah,
Stop.
yeah. It's been a while since he's had like more than one guy for real, for real. The consistency he
2010.
brought to. Mhm.
It's been since 2010.
Was Greg Jennings on that one? That was Greg Jennings, Jordan Nelson, I think.
Greg Jennings, Jordy Nelson, Mercedes Lewis, who's still there,
He's
Donald
still there.
Driver, Randall. No, did Randall Cobb win that with them?
I
No, it was
think
Jordy Nelson. Randall Cobb wasn't there yet.
I don't think
Randall
Driver was
Cobb
there.
might have been.
Driver
No, he
might have been
was.
gone. He was there.
Driver was there. Donald Driver was there. He's older. He went to, I think, where did he go? He went to HBCU. Shout out to the HBCUs.
Yeah.
Um, but he was there.
Let's
It was
Yeah.
it wasn't Randall Cobb. It was Jordy Nelson. But he
Yeah.
had them,
Most no. Yep. Driver,
and but he had a
Jennings, Nelson,
hell of a defense. But
Clay
that's the whole point.
Matthews,
Aaron Rodgers had a hell of a defense that year too.
James
Clay
Jones. They
Matthews,
had him.
Charles
They had James
Woodson.
Jones too. AJ Hawk,
Okay,
them. Yeah.
yeah, he had a hell of a defense. BJ Raji, you know what I'm saying, Mr. State
Yeah.
Farm,
Yeah, big
belly
AJ boy.
rubs.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was a solid squad for real.
There was a 3-4 defense. There was a 3-4 defense then.
Mm-hmm.
So so he had help. That's why I say defense. If you're gonna go Aaron Rodgers from Derek Carr, go get defense, man. Go get
Yes.
the linebackers and corners and safeties we need to help us win. Think about it. Philly right now, what did they do? They went and got AJ Brown, but they already had the tight end, the receivers. They had Devontae Smith and a couple other young guys. They added AJ
Mm-hmm.
Brown, Miles Sanders, and Scott. They was already there.
B.
What
Scott,
they do? They invested in defense.
Hassan
Yeah, they
Reddick,
they invested in they Hassan Reddick, Robert Quinn. Shout out to the
Bradbury,
home team. Uh, Bradbury, Jordan Davis, the
Gardner Johnson.
Dominican Sue, the Kobe, Gardner Johnson, what's my boy? Jordan Davis,
Mm-hmm.
Javon Hargrave. They no, they got 8D linemen that they can rotate that will be starting on any other team,
Thanks.
but they rotate to keep them fresh.
Thanks.
Come on, man. And they got
Yeah,
the
we
secondary
wait.
with Slade, Gardner Johnson, Maddox, Bradbury. Come on,
Bradbury.
man. They invested in defense.
Yeah, we
Everybody think they
ready.
invested in offense, but they really invested in defense.
We ready to pay Hargrave. Tell him come on, come on. The Cleveland, we need some defensive
Now
tackles.
he
We need
ain't,
to
he ain't coming he ain't coming to
pull up.
Cleveland, man.
Yes, sir.
But
Tell
I
him
don't know. He
pull
might
up.
go where the money go. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to North Carolina, man. He went to South Carolina State, went to North Carolina. You know he
Mhm.
from North Carolina. Hey, man, he made me an All American. Appreciate you, brother.
You feel me, man?
Hey,
You feel me? So my favorite question is if you could make 3 moves this offseason and you would call it a perfect offseason, what 3 moves would it be?
it would be getting a linebacker, getting a corner, and getting a safety without letting Denzel Perryman go or Rocky Sin go. Getting us a quality safety, another quality linebacker who can cover on third down, and another corner. If we got Rocky Sin, we can play double coverage, play zone on one side and man on the other. That would be what I would want to do.
So I think y'all went. I think y'all won 6 games this year, so that's 6-11. What do you predict y'all record to be this season?
But I can't even predict because I don't know what we're gonna do quarterback wise, and I don't know what we're gonna do defensive wise. But I could tell you this: preseason, once we make all the moves and after the draft, let's get another video and let's sit down and talk about it. And then I could give you my real answer. Because I'm gonna just tell you right now, I can't give you an answer because I don't know which way we're going. When I see which way we're working into, then I can give you an answer.
Say less, say less. I'd say as currently constructed. By that I mean with Jared Stidham at quarterback, I think y'all gonna be somewhere around the same, about 6 wins, something like that.
I'm not comfortable with him at quarterback. I don't care what you say. I'm not
I wouldn't
comfortable
be
with him as our quarterback.
either. I wouldn't be either.
I'm not. It's gonna be a whole lot of shots taken and a whole lot of drinks taken with him at quarterback. He wasn't successful in New England. He's not gonna be successful with us. The only reason he had success in the 2 to 3 games that he was playing, because everybody don't have much film on him. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
let's get a legit quarterback. If we get Aaron Rodgers, I'm screaming Super Bowl. I'm just telling you that now. Let us go get Aaron Rodgers. If he take a pay cut and come out there, Super Bowl. Because now we can really focus on the defense because he's got more offensive weapons than what he's had.
Yeah.
But I ain't banking on that either. Aaron Rodgers might not come out there. Tom Brady retiring for sure, for sure. Peyton Manning and Drew Brees will never come back. You know what I'm saying? Sean Payton in Denver now. So
Mhm.
I mean, hey man, it'll be another 10, 15 years, but I'm gonna ride with my guys.
Hey man, that's all we can do, bro. That's all we can do. You know I know, but that's all we can do, man.
Hey man, it's all good, man.
Yes, sir, man. Man, I appreciate you for pulling up, man. You got the slabs and stuff on the grill, man. It's cold outside, but you still grilling. But
Oh yeah,
man, we
yeah, 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 yeah,
appreciate you
man.
for
Hey,
pulling up, dog.
hey, when the old lady tell you you got to get on the grill, man, you can't do nothing but comply, man. You know when you take them
100%.
vows, and you can't go against them. So they want me on the grill, I'm on the grill, brother.
Yes, sir, man. Let the people know where they can find you, and if you got anything special, anything important you want to shout out that you
Hey
got
man,
coming up, man.
hey
Talk
man,
to the
listen,
people.
man. Y'all can find me on Facebook at Ronald Canty and on Twitter at Coach Canty 60. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, I don't have nothing really special coming up right now, but I recently left my home school of Chester High School and I'm on my second year at Parkwood High School. Man, if y'all want to support, look us up. Come catch games. If some of y'all need tickets, I can look out for you. But just come support, man. And my whole biggest thing is, man, I coach. I'm for these kids, and I want what's best for them for their future. And I've been through the collegiate level. You know what I'm saying? Touch the professional level and talk to them. But what I'm saying? My main focus now is to give these kids everything that I didn't have, so they can have it. So what I'm saying, man, just support. Even if you just going on Twitter looking and liking stuff, man, just support us, man. And what I'm saying, leave comments on all our pages. Like I said, I'm at Parkwood High School in Monroe, North Carolina. What I'm saying, we the Wolf Pack. Come check us out. We're gonna do some special things up there, man. And what I'm saying, I'm just blessed, man. I can't thank God enough.
Yes, sir, man. You heard it, man. Man, support the kids, uplift the kids, because they say children are the future, and they ain't lying when they said that, man. Y'all can catch me on some variation of Fat Boy Season on all platforms, IG, TikTok, Twitter. I'm everywhere. We do weekly spaces every Tuesday on Twitter. Um, they be live. We just be in there talking trash for real, talking good football, man. But I appreciate everybody for checking in. I appreciate you, my dog, for pulling up, man. This has been another episode of
Already.
123 Cabo, the Las Vegas Raiders edition, man. We out.